DIPED SME 2023 Telescope, Astronomical, Reflecting. Please read the manual properly before start using the equipment. Parts of the equipment. Open end of tube. Diagonal eye mirror, inside. Thumb nut for sighting scope mount. Sighting scope. Sighting scope bracket. Sighting scope eyepiece. Rack and pinion focusing tube. Eyepiece adapter. Rack and pinion focusing knob. Body belt with clamp handle. Main tube, body. Declination attachment. Main mirror and cell. Squaring on adjustment screw. Polar axis auxiliary controller. Polar axis clamp screw. Latitude scale. Declination flexible cable control. Tray. Tripod leg. Declination clamp screw. Declination circle. Right ascension clamp screw. Hour circle. Right ascension attachment. Worm wheel for right ascension axis. Horizontal wheel for right ascension's axis. Balance weight shaft. Balance weight. Right ascension flexible cable control. Accessory shelf. Mount assembly. Tripod thumb screws. Rubber tip. Adjustment screws for sighting scope. Operating instruction. Assembling the telescope. Position the tripod assembly upright. Adjust to desired height and lock the thumb screw. Mount and lock the adjustment assembly to the tripod. Fix the body belt to the adjustment assembly with bolts. Place the telescope main tube, body, and the body belt and lock it in place. Loosen the various locking mechanism, clamp screws. Adjust all the axes to find a comfortable position for use. Lock all clamp screws. Reset them if necessary. Unscrew the two nuts on the telescope main tube and fix the sighting scope. Screw the balance weight shaft into the female receptacle located at the base of the declination shaft. Fasten the weight with the set screw. The position of the weight can be changed by slipping it back and forth to get to balance the telescope. Fasten the declination and right ascension flexible cable controls to the mount at end. Adjustments. Latitude adjustment. Loosen the polar axis clamp screw. Rotate the polar axis auxiliary controller. Clockwise will move the telescope up while counterclockwise will move it down. Retighten the clamp screw. Declination adjustment. Loosen the declination clamp screw. Rotate the declination flexible cable control. Clockwise will move the telescope to the right while counterclockwise will move it to the left. Retighten the clamp screw. Right ascension adjustment. Loosen the right ascension clamp screw. Rotate the right ascension flexible cable control. Clockwise will lean the telescope to the right while counterclockwise will lean it to the left. Retighten the clamp screw. Focusing the telescope and aligning the crosshair sighting scope. Loosen the set screw attached on the eyepiece adapter and remove the cover. Insert the lower power eyepiece to the eyepiece adapter. Tightening the set screw. Slowly move the focusing knob back and forth until the object is in sharp focus. With the telescope in sharp focus, look into the sighting scope. If the sighting scope is not in focus, turn the eyepiece around on its thread until the view is sharp and clear. If the object you see in the main telescope is not in the center of the sighting scope crosshairs, do the following. A. Tighten and loosen the 3 screws in the bracket, causing the sighting scope to move up or down, side to side, or diagonally. B. When the object is dead center in the crosshairs, your sighting scope is adjusted. Repeat this process by replacing the lower power eyepiece with a higher power eyepiece. Once the image centered under highest magnification in the telescope is also centered in the sighting scope, your sighting scope is aligned. It may now be used for rapid location of the sky objects you want to study in the telescope. On rare occasions, the sighting scope might have to be readjusted. Note 1. Whenever locating an object, always use the sighting scope first, as it has a wide field of view and will speed up your preliminary adjustment tremendously. Note 2. Always start with the lowest power eyepiece in the telescope tube and work up to the power you want, making the necessary focusing adjustments as you change eyepieces. Note 3. Do not be disturbed that the image you see is upside down and left to right. This is a normal situation with astronomical telescopes. Asterisk, the smaller an eyepiece figure is, the higher a power is. For example, a 10 mm eyepiece has higher power than a 25 mm eyepiece. Maintenance and safekeeping. The telescope must be handled with utmost care, as this is a precision instrument. Lenses must be cleaned as carefully and rarely as possible to avoid affecting accuracy and performance. When it becomes necessary to clean the lenses, use a lens paper gently to the optical surface without rubbing. Do not use solvents such as xylene and alcohol for cleaning purposes. Do not try to force the movement of the telescope past the automatic stop on the control. To go past the stop position, loosen the necessary clamp screw and shift the telescope manually before retightening the clamp. After use, store in a dry clean place. Do not use and store on high temperature area or direct sunlight. Troubleshooting. Symptoms. Blur or no image. Possible causes. Open end of tube cap is still attached. Troubleshooting. Remove the open end of tube cap. Possible causes. Eyepiece not attached. Troubleshooting. Attach the eyepiece. Possible causes. Dirty/dusty/fingerprint on eyepiece. Troubleshooting. Clean the eyepiece with a lens paper or fine camel hairbrush, outer part only. Possible causes. It is well out of focus. Troubleshooting. Refocus the telescope. Possible causes. Moisture on the mirrors and lenses due to condensation. Troubleshooting. Wait for 15 to 20 minutes for condensation to disappear after cool down. Possible causes. Highly lighted sky. Troubleshooting. This telescope needs a good observing condition such as dark skies. Possible causes. Damaged eyepiece. Troubleshooting. Replace damaged eyepiece. Symptoms. Telescope is unstable. Possible causes. Clamps, thumb screws, and nut are loose. Troubleshooting. Tighten all clamps, thumb screws, and nuts. Possible causes. Balance weight is not correctly adjusted. Troubleshooting. Adjust the balance weight to balance the setup. Symptoms. Flexible cable controls are not working. Possible causes. Loose screw of the flexible cable control. Troubleshooting. Tighten the screws of the flexible cable control. Thank you.